Thousands of years ago, the ancients lifted stones. Each stone may reach 200 tons. Research was conducted by the Russians and the Swiss on moving stones using the energy of sound and vibrations. Did man reach this technique through a civilization that preceded man? The oldest human relics were found in Africa from about 6 million years old, and they are similar to humans as they claim. But what they do not know is that the sons of our master Adam have remaining sons. Only Noah and the rest of the races have perished, and they are certainly different in physical structure. Noah's vessel included the people of Ad and Thamud, and they were huge and giants. They perished, so with the wealth of our master Adam. They differed in appearance, such as Gog and Magog. Much has been mentioned about them and their strange descriptions, and they are among the sons of our master Adam in the Kuzuku Valley and in Peru. A castle dating back thousands of years was found. Its geometric construction is very precise. The weight of one stone may reach 200 tons. The Kozuku civilization did not use a language for writing. They used ropes and tied knots with ropes to calculate the time in months. How was a civilization that was not good at writing able to move these stones of these sizes? Did aliens help humans? The edges of these stones are very fine. Perhaps diamonds were used to cut these stones. Stones. It is very solid and very heavy. How could a person control it? This castle can withstand earthquakes. Earthquakes are not the only castle in Peru. Many antiquities are found in Egypt. Large stones were used in building the pyramids, and man has not yet discovered how these stones were transported. Scientists assume that they were melting these stones into a liquid and then leaving it to solidify. But the shape of the stones, its geological composition, does not indicate this. Legend in Peru says that in ancient times, man was able, with the help of other entities, to control gravity and overcome. The question is there historical evidence for this statement? The truth is that there is historical evidence for this. Perhaps one day man was able to make the pyramids fly in the air. An alien mummy was discovered near the pyramid of Sonusur II, in addition to many discoveries about alien mummies in South America. In addition to, this is the spread of the pyramids in more than one region around the world, even Antarctica. Were the pyramids flying around the world, and with the disappearance of these sciences, the pyramids settled? In various places around the world, God Almighty mentioned in the story of our Master Solomon that the jinn were subjugated to our Master Solomon, and he built niches, statues, and palaces for our Master Solomon. In addition to that, he moved the throne from Saba to the place of our Master Solomon in the Levant. Our Master Suleiman was the last of the kings to subjugate the jinn. God Almighty prayed that a king would come to him that would not come to anyone after him, and was not mentioned before him. Therefore, harnessing the jinn existed before our Master Solomon. And our Master Solomon, who was the last one to harness the jinn, and after him the command of the jinn became loose, and the knowledge by which man could control them disappeared. God knows best. Did God Almighty reveal to prophets before our Master Solomon the ways of harnessing the jinn or controlling them, or whether there were magic lamps like Aladdin rising? Man controls the jinn. Many stories were mentioned in the era of the Umayyad dynasty about the jinn as well, which are the domes that sailors used to extract from the sea, and when they were destroyed, they came out of them. A jinn begs for release, and when he does not see our Master Solomon, he disappears without warning. I once read about a legendary story about a war that occurred during the reign of our Master Solomon, in which a genie was captured who was fighting against our Master Solomon. There were some jinn who did not obey our Master Solomon. The good jinn controlled them, tied them up, and imprisoned them. Man's war against Satan. Satan incited ghouls and jinn against humans, and they appeared before humans in the ugliest forms. We do not see them unless they were formed into material forms that we can see. In addition to that, there are legends about people who came from the sky in the Sumerian civilization. The legend of the Anunnaki and the planet Nibiru. Were the pyramids one day subject to flight? Egypt was conquered behind Muslim Arabs. Ancient Egyptian antiquities. This drew their attention to a logical, chronological definition for the ancient Egyptian civilization and the kings who ruled it at that time. But we need sources. The first source for Muslim scholars was the Holy Quran. In the Sunnah, our Master Joseph and our Master Moses were mentioned in the Holy Quran, but these stories did not talk about history. So Muslim scholars turned to other holy books, such as Judaism and Christianity. Some of them even asked the monks. This movement was in the Abbasid era, started by Ahmed ibn Tulun. There were about 124 of the prophets sent him. God to mankind, from Adam until our master Muhammad. Muslims have come to the conclusion that any historical figure who carries a religious thought, maybe a prophet sent by God to his mother, for example, is a Canaan in Egypt. Kafesh was in China, in Buz in Central Asia. Religion was distorted later. Muslim scholars began to study other holy books and also listen to the solitary monks. Muslim scholars divided history into two parts: before the flood and after the flood. The most important scholars who spoke about this are Al-Masudi, Al-Suyuti, and Al-Makrizi. The three scholars agreed that there was a great personality before the flood, and he was our master Idris. He was a prophet and a king. Al-Makrizi said that his name is Surid, and Al-Suyuti said that he is called Hermes. And every person or every scholar names this king. And he is largely our master Idris, according to the source. Some of them had a Greek origin, some had a Jewish origin, and some had a Jewish source. Said al-Andalusi added some information about our master Idris. He knew astronomy, stars, and the calendar, and the first person to speak with a pen was our master Idris, who knew, or God inspired him, about the